This is Mars, a bone-dry, desolate world. It has no water, very little atmosphere, and a weak gravity. It's a hostile environment that doesn't support life. This one is another planet found in the solar system. Unlike Mars, which has a very steady and dry climate, this planet is the other way. From strong storms that sweep its surface, to the severe droughts that dries places and kills organisms. It has rising sea levels due to the melting of ice in the poles, threatening to swallow the land masses. Raging flames springing out from nowhere, and precipitation that can melt objects. Do you know what this planet is? It is the Earth. But why? Because of climate change. As we all know, every effect has an absolute cause. Some of the major causes of climate change are the following: 1. Air pollution. 2. Greenhouse effect. 3. Global warming. 4. Land pollution. 5. Water pollution. And 6. Ozone depletion.
First is air pollution. Air pollution is the result of continuous release of harmful substances into the air. Such sources are smoke from cars, vents from factories, and cigarette smoke. This results in acid rains that can dissolve several materials and objects like road pavements, cement structures, and decorative paints.
Next is the greenhouse effect. The greenhouse effect is the result of the absorption of heat of some gases in the air. Such gases are carbon dioxide, methane, and other else that absorbs heat. This produces an effect that traps the heat into the Earth's atmosphere and preventing it from escaping back to space.
This then leads to global warming. Global warming is the gradual increase of the temperature of the Earth's atmosphere. This is due to the absorption of heat of the Earth's atmosphere. This leads to the Earth being hotter and increased for the demand for energy that leads to higher fuel consumption and causing greenhouse effect.
Another is land pollution. Land pollution is the presence of waste materials and pollutants in the soil. This is mostly the result of improper garbage disposal, chemical leaks, and other involving chemicals. These chemicals seep deep through the soil and remain stagnant until they are excavated and cause sickness. This can make the soil unsuitable for plants to grow. This can also lead to
Water pollution. Water pollution is the disruption and contamination of water due to unwanted and desirable substances found on the water. The chemicals from the soil can seep through and into underground water sources and contaminate them and cause drinkers to acquire diseases. Water pollution can also be caused by improper waste disposal like ocean dumping. This can affect marine life and destroy their habitats.
And the currently progressing ozone layer depletion. This is a mixture of some of the earlier problems but with greater consequences. Freons like CFC or chlorofluorocarbon are hazardously released into the air. This combines with the ozone in the atmosphere and thins it down. The resulting area will allow more UV rays to penetrate and doing lots of harm to us humans. One of such is skin cancer. This also contributes to the further warming of the earth since less light is being reflected.
Look at all of this. Then imagine thousands of years ago, before all of this had happened to the Earth. This is what it looks like: blue skies, fresh air, lovely trees, calm oceans, the cool breeze, and the welcoming skies as the sun rises from the east and joyfully sets in the west. But how can we achieve this again? Here are some ideas that might help us to restore back Earth.
Number one is ozone reinflation. Here, we will help the slow and natural process of ozone reinflation. The ozone naturally generates, but it could take a very long time. So what we need to do is to produce ozone here on the surface and then deliver it to the layer. In this way, we can reinforce the natural sunblock of our Earth.
2 is to reduce CO2 levels. In this process, we don't need to reduce the CO2 output. Although it can help, what we do is to create CO2 absorbing materials and allow them to absorb much CO2 as they can. Then, we will synthesize the materials in order to extract the oxygen and then leave the carbon to other useful purposes.
3 is to create cleaner burning fuels. Fuels nowadays burn in a dirty way. They release heavy metals into the air, and that contributes further to air pollution. If we create better, cleaner fuels, we might be able to control the worsening problem of global warming and reduce the risk of exhausting them too early.
4 is to create heat reflectors. These heat reflectors will reflect the excess heat back into the outer space. These can make use of the roofs and tops of high buildings in order to serve as heat reflectors. We can also use objects with a large surface area as one of the bases for the reflectors. We can use solar panels as another material. This doesn't only reflect light, but it can also generate electricity for usage.
5 is to develop renewable sources of energy. We can develop the existing technology in order to harness the energy around us, such as the wind, heat, and light. We should make more efficient products that create and use electricity. This can be improved by efficiency, quality, and reliability. Or we can also invent new ways to harness the energy that has been staring us in the face for thousands of years.
6 is to create an ECU or the air conditioning unit. This works much like the ACUs or air conditioning unit in our houses, but what this does is that this regulates the heat in the earth. This will decrease the atmospheric temperature and this will allow the earth to recover from all of the effects that the industrial revolution has done.
As we all know what the second law of thermodynamics states, entropy in a system never decreases and always seeks towards maximum entropy. This means that the state of disorder will always be the way of everything, and in order to gain order, we must exert energy. We must give our best efforts to not only restore but also save the earth. It's very easy to ruin anything, including the earth, so we must dedicate ourselves to maintain order. No one wants the earth to become the second Mars, and no one will be responsible for the earth but us humans. We, you.